the chain of the Ferris wheel suddenly broke. Fortunately, 2 children grabbed a pillar in time and didn't fall from 10,000 meters. A police officer sitting in another cabin saw this. He immediately opened the door and then jumped onto the tops of other cabins at the risk of his life. But just then, the police officer stepped into thin air. Luckily, he grabbed the railing in time and was rescued by other passengers. He climbed back onto the cabin roof again. This time, he decided to climb along the steel girders of the Ferris wheel. Although his legs were once floating in the air for the sake of saving people, the police officer still summoned up the courage to reach the bearing platform. Then he picked up the cable and climbed onto the steel girders of the Ferris wheel again, sliding towards the cabin. However, before he could stand firm, the gears suddenly malfunctioned and the Ferris wheel stopped rotating. The police officer immediately jumped onto the roof of the cabin where the children were. Then he took off the cable and successfully slid to the children's side. The boy chose to let his sister be rescued first, so the police officer grabbed the sister's hand and then carried her on his back. But suddenly the chain broke again, and the police officer swung into the air, so the boy was at a distance from the police officer, and he began to be scared. When the police officer grabbed his hand, he almost fell. The police officer quickly asked the boy to hug his feet tightly. Then they descended along the cable, but suddenly the chain broke again, and the cabin body crashed towards them. The police officer immediately jumped to the ground and died in the impact. The children's mother immediately ran towards them and hugged them, afraid that they would encounter danger again. And the police officer was taken away by the amusement park staff. To reward his bravery, they gave him a trophy.